Hello everyone. Now we all know what is data science and what are various types of data. In this video, we will be learning what all basic steps are there that you need to understand before starting any data science project. So let's begin. So science starts with collection of data pre-processing, exploratory data analysis, model building, and visualization and reporting. So let's see our first step, that is data collection. Data can be collected through many methods such as surveys, interviews, observations, experiments, and records. Surveys is a collection of data through based on questionnaires through users or individual group of experience. The questionnaires can be of two forms, web-based questionnaires or paper-based questionnaires. Next is interviews. Interviews can be informal or formal. It is basically a qualitative collection of data that is gathered based on the professional that is being interviewed. Next is observations. Observation is collection of data at a specific instance, at a specific condition and a given day and given time. And experiments is experimenting between variables that have been gathered for the data collection. Next step is data pre-processing. Pre-processing includes various steps such as removing outliers, handling missing data, malicious data, erroneous data, irrelevant data, and inconsistent data. So let's see them one by one. Then first is removing outlier. What is an outlier? An outlier is a data point that is significantly different from many other data points in the dataset. For example, in this is an outlier because it is significantly different from other data points that are lying on the curve. Suppose we are gathering data in the form of feedback form and we have asked to enter the age of all respondents. After collection of data, we can see that maximum number of respondents are from the age group of 25 to 34. So, and which are followed by many other age groups. Now we can see that there's an outlier. That is, we have some respondents more than of age 105. That is, there's a respondent of age 356. So this is an outlier in a dataset which significantly affects the performance of a model. So this data can be deleted as it will affect the performance of our built model. Second is missing values. Suppose we have collected a data of a mobile company which has four variables: mobile ID, mobile package, download speed, and data usage limit. In this, we can see that two rows 4 and 7 have missing data of download speed. So there are two ways to handle missing values, either by dropping the variable or dropping an instance or by replacing the missing values. We can drop the variable or instance if we have a large data set, more than 1,000 rows, more than 1,000 instances, and more than 100 variables. Then dropping the variable or instances will not affect the data set. But if we have a small data set, then we cannot remove that values. So we will replace it by any other statistical measure, that is mean, median, or mode. In this, for example, we have replaced our missing values with the mode or frequency of data. As we can see that out of 9 rows, 4 rows have download speed as 200. So based on the mode of the dataset, we have filled the missing values by 200. Next is handling malicious data. For example, we are comparing the performance of a company through interest rates in the year of 2008 to 2012. And any other outside user has corrupted the data and made the interest rate equal for all the years. So this data is corrupted and can be malicious, which will affect the performance of our built model. Next is erroneous data. Let's say the zip code of a Chicago city is 60609, but we have entered at two places that it is 60608. So this data is erroneous as it does not exist. So we need to check this data and we need to update the values. Next is handling irrelevant data. Features that does not contain any useful information are irrelevant data. It can be eliminated through common sense or domain knowledge. And by selecting the subset of features gives us the best results. For example, in calculating the student's GPA, student ID is an irrelevant variable. Next is handling inconsistent data. Let's say we are maintaining a database in which we have an employee named Peter with employee ID 11110 and the designation is testing. And in one database, we have stored it as department quality, and in another table, we have stored it at the department as production. So there is an inconsistency as data for a single employee. The single employee cannot work in two departments. So this is inconsistent data. Next main step is exploratory data analysis. Before dealing with data, we need to understand what is data telling us or why something has happened. So to explore data, we have following steps. First is to discover patterns between various variables in the dataset. Next is to spot anomalies. Anomalies could be any difference based on the data. It could be an outlier. It could be any peculiarity which is observed, which is something malicious. Next is to frame hypothesis. Now, hypothesis is framed to predict what the data can give us. Next, based on the hypothesis, we need to make necessary assumptions on the dataset. And after making assumptions, we do feature engineering. Feature engineering is creation of new variables from the existing variables. Maybe existing variables contain significant information, but to process them, we need to convert them into another variable. So that creation of new variable is called as feature engineering. So in exploratory data analysis, data is first sorted, arranged, and then it is presented visually. Next step is model building. In data science, model is built through machine learning techniques. So machine learning techniques are of three types: unsupervised learning, supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Unsupervised learning can be further categorized as clustering or dimensionality reduction methods. Supervised learning can be classified as regression and classification methods. Now, to learn more about machine learning machine learning techniques, please stay tuned to my next video. We will discuss them in detail. And the last step is visualization and report. After analyzing the data, we need to represent it visually and need to generate a report that what all significant conclusions can be drawn from the data. So there are various tools that are available to visualize the data. First is Tableau. Next is Microsoft Power BI, ClickView, ClickSense, SAP HANA, Excel, and PowerPoint. I hope most of you are aware of many tools such as Excel and PowerPoint. Now we will see them one by one in detail in my next videos. So if you like my presentation and if you like my topic, please subscribe my channel and like my videos and share it as much as possible. So stay tuned for more videos on data science and machine learning techniques. Till then, thank you.